But we begin with Rudy Giuliani's evolution on the federal raid of his apartment and office in what looks to be an intensifying, escalating, and serious criminal probe against one of the greatest advocates and former lawyers for the former president. Giuliani back in front of cameras, running to Fox News like he's done many times before representing Trump. And just as he's done for his own client when he was in legal trouble, now Giuliani's pulling the same problem for himself, making things worse when he talks to Fox. We've said it before, but if it's true, I will say it again to you. Rudy gonna Rudy. This time, he's trying to defend himself.
May 1st is when I started representing Donald Trump. They wanted nothing on me before that. So you can't say that their main interest wasn't Donald Trump. So the day, just about the day that I begin representing him is the day they go invade my iCloud. So try telling somebody that it wasn't to get the material on Donald Trump.
That might sound somewhat reasonable depending on how suspicious you are of the government. But who are they? He's talking about this starting back during the Trump administration. They are Trump appointees, including one of the most devoted, politically loyal, and controversial attorneys general in American history, Bill Barr, who had to sign off on aspects of this investigation, who may have slow-walked parts of it, but at the end of the day, they, Rudy, is you, Trump people, Trump lawyers. This is a shift, of course, from Giuliani. His legal team first called the raid and the feds operating it as professional the first day that this news broke. Then he went on to saying the raid was, quote, out of control, and even claimed that it was the investigators committing crimes, making the high-profile, very controversial allegation that they're somehow framing him. He said that without evidence. Now we see it take another step. He's saying this isn't just wrong or out of control. He's saying it's all an illicit and potentially illegal act to go get Donald Trump. To be clear, there's not evidence for what Rudy Giuliani's claiming, but if it were true that this was an effort to bother him to get someone else, well, you can get in a lot of trouble at the FBI or DOJ for doing that. Now, then he was asked about the New York Times report about the firing of former U.S. Ambassador Yovanovitch at the center of this probe.
I was representing the President of the United States. The whole world knew that. The whole world knew it. And this is, this is totally done because they want to destroy my credibility.
Credibility. Well, you know how we do it around here. We'll show you the facts. We'll show you what Giuliani said over time, some of what he's done over time, and you can decide how credible you think he is. But as a former prosecutor, Giuliani understands the feds need evidence of a crime, not just theories and allegations about one of his clients. What we do know is that a team is scouring those many phones and computers they obtained from him. We know that Giuliani's lawyer and advisor, Alan Dershowitz, wants Donald Trump to claim a wide-sweeping privilege over any electronic evidence, which could complicate or at least delay the Fed's effort from using that in this case. Meanwhile today, Giuliani's allies also want Donald Trump to fork up for that legal defense, given the $250 million Trump campaign war chest for an effort that, however ridiculous, was led by Rudy Giuliani. The bottom line, legal experts, including the former top prosecutor at that same Southern District, believe there is evidence to suggest Mr. Giuliani is in significant criminal legal trouble.
The factual framework, I think, looks really bad, Ori, for Rudy Giuliani.
I think he's saying to himself, geez, I wish I'd asked for that pardon. I really could use that now.
I would be shocked if they couldn't indict right now.
To do it when that person was the lawyer to the former president of the United States is a very significant step.
I think he's in deep.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.